Let's talk about TikTok, gentlemen, because this is continues to be a major focus for so many. I mean, sources are telling us that the White House was about to announce a TikTok deal, but then the tariffs on China derailed it. Kevin, what does that tell you about how these negotiations might ultimately play out?
Actually, the TikTok deal's a little more complicated than that. I'm obviously in one of the syndicates that's attempting to buy it. We have an issue with the page 5 of the Supreme Court order, the top paragraphs. Anybody can read it online, where it specifically says you cannot use the algorithm, the Chinese algorithm. So the interpretation of the current deal was the idea that you just took a copy of the code, gave American ownership to it. Up to 20% could be held by China. Those are laws that we already have in place in media companies. But if you are subject to the penalty imposed by the Supreme Court and Congress, that's $850 billion of penalties a year. There's not a single S&P company that can sustain that without bankruptcy. So we're looking for some kind of indemnification from Congress, or a slight change to the law that maybe they could put into the Reconciliation Act and get 51 votes. Or if not, I don't think you can use the Chinese algorithm. And so all of this has to be worked out. Trump was right to punt it for 75 days. It was good to move it because there's so much interest. There's so many syndicates willing to buy it.
I hear you. You know you hear me talking, Kevin. Look, I know you're mentioning the point that there was the delay at the deadline by 75 days, but do you think that Trump, if he had a deal in hand, I understand the issues that you're taking, did these tariffs blow the deal?
He doesn't have a deal in hand because Xi hasn't ruled yet. This company has a golden share.
Correct.
By the way, I don't think you've seen it yet, but Lindsey Graham is about to bring a bill specifically about golden shares, and it's nasty, very nasty. There'll be about $800 billion worth of Chinese companies delisted off the NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange if this bill gets passed.